The next item on our agenda concerns the tribute to the President of the 42nd session of the General Conference, Her Excellency Madame Simona-Mirela Miculescu. The Bureau of the General Conference, at its fourth meeting, recommended that the plenary adopts the draft resolution contained in document 43C/Plen/DR.5. But before we examine this document, I would like to say a few words of thanks to Ambassador Miculescu for her commitment to UNESCO over the past 2 years. Dear Simona, your fellow countryman, Panait Istrati, once wrote, "To fight for an idea, to fight for a feeling, for a passion, or for madness, but to believe in something and to fight, that is life." Over the past 2 years, you have believed in UNESCO and you have fought, and your efforts have been clear to all of us. As the first Romanian and the only fifth woman to preside over a UNESCO General Conference, you led the 42nd session in a spirit of openness, trust, and diplomacy. You reminded us why our organization was founded, by celebrating a century of intellectual cooperation and leading the charge to preserve 80 years of institutional memory. You took a stand on issues you felt strongly about, from women in multilateralism to youth, and you defended these ideas on the global stage. But perhaps what defined you most was your spirit. You responded with genuine enthusiasm to every invitation from every region, and in return, you generously shared your own culture with us. In short, you embodied the spirit of multilateralism that we are all here to champion. And I thank you most sincerely for the services that you have rendered to the member states, to this organization, to our beloved UNESCO. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, may I take it that the General Conference adopts this resolution by acclamation? This applause speaks to our shared respect for Her Excellency Simona-Mirela Miculescu's distinguished service. The draft resolution is therefore adopted. I thank you. Distinguished delegates, the chairpersons of the 6 electoral groups will also take the floor to thank the President of the 42nd session of the General Conference. Without further ado, I give the floor to Her Excellency Madame Nadia Ernzer, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary and Permanent Delegate of Luxembourg, who will speak on behalf of Group 1.
Thank you, Mr.
Excellency, you have the floor.
Monsieur le Président de la Conférence Générale, Madame la Présidente du Conseil exécutif, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, Excellences, très chère Simona, au nom du groupe électoral 1, j'ai l'honneur de vous rendre hommage pour votre présidence de la Conférence Générale de l'UNESCO. Depuis novembre 2023, vous avez exercé votre mandat avec une énergie, un enthousiasme, une générosité et une détermination remarquables. Vous avez su guider notre conférence générale avec sagesse, une vision claire et un engagement inébranlable en faveur des principes fondateurs de l'UNESCO, l'édification de la paix, la solidarité et le respect des droits humains. Vous avez su, par votre fine connaissance des rouages de la diplomatie et votre écoute, nourrir le dialogue entre les États membres, favoriser des débats constructifs et encourager une coopération étroite entre les organes directeurs de l'UNESCO. Très chère Simona, l'un des moments marquants de votre mandat a été votre engagement pour la sauvegarde des archives de l'UNESCO. Vous avez été la voix, et quelle voix d'ailleurs, la voix donc qui a mis en lumière le triste état de ces archives, soulignant avec persévérance et application l'importance de préserver notre précieux patrimoine historique et intellectuel pour les générations futures. Grâce à votre action déterminée, l'UNESCO a pu franchir un pas important vers la numérisation de ses archives, une initiative fondamentale pour garantir leur accès et leur préservation. Sans oublier, bien sûr, votre rôle central dans la célébration du centenaire de l'Institut international de coopération intellectuelle, le précurseur de notre organisation. Sous votre présidence, cet événement a été un moment unique de réflexion sur l'histoire de l'UNESCO et son rôle crucial dans le renforcement de la coopération intellectuelle. Mais avant tout, c'est votre engagement pour l'égalité des genres qui restera dans nos esprits comme pierre angulaire de votre présidence. Sans relâche, vous avez célébré le rôle essentiel des femmes dans la diplomatie internationale, soulignant leur contribution indispensable à la construction et la préservation de la paix et au développement. Vous avez incarné un modèle de leadership inclusif et de reconnaissance de la place des femmes dans la sphère publique et diplomatique. Vous êtes un vrai modèle, chère Simona, pour toutes les jeunes femmes qui envisagent de poursuivre une carrière diplomatique, et je vous en félicite particulièrement. Excellence, chère Simona. Ce qui distingue votre leadership, c'est la finesse diplomatique, l'impartialité et la sagesse dont vous avez fait preuve tout au long de votre mandat. Vous avez su naviguer avec habileté dans des débats complexes et souvent difficiles, tout en restant fidèle aux valeurs et principes qui nous unissent au sein de l'UNESCO. Vous avez fait preuve de respect pour chaque point de vue, garantissant une atmosphère de coopération et de compréhension mutuelle. À titre personnel, votre gentillesse, votre dévouement évident au multilatéralisme, votre écoute, votre empathie, votre personnalité radieuse en fait beaucoup pour faire avancer nos travaux dans une ambiance constructive et bienveillante. Chère Simona, vous avez honoré l'UNESCO de vos services remarquables et votre travail inlassable en faveur de la paix, de l'éducation, de la culture, de la science et de la communication et de l'information. Aujourd'hui, alors que votre mandat à la tête de la conférence générale a pris fin, nous exprimons notre reconnaissance profonde et notre estime la plus sincère. Que nos vœux les meilleurs de bonheur, santé et joie accompagnent vos projets futurs. Je vous remercie.
Thank you, Excellency. I would now like to invite His Excellency Mr. Elman Abdullayev, Ambassador and Permanent Delegate of the Republic of Azerbaijan, to take the floor on behalf of Group 2. Excellency, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President of the General Conference, Madam President of the Executive Board, Excellencies, distinguished colleagues, on behalf of the Electoral Group 2, it is our great honor to pay tribute to our esteemed colleague, Her Excellency Ambassador Simona-Mirela Miculescu, President of the 42nd session of the UNESCO General Conference. We have had the privilege to witness the conclusion of her two-year mandate, a tenure distinguished by vision, dignity, and unwavering commitment to UNESCO's mission. Ambassador Miculescu's presidency was defined not merely by office she held, but by the substance and spirit she brought to it. She championed the safeguarding of UNESCO's archival heritage, mobilized landmark voluntary contributions, and paved the way for the digitization of the organization's documentary wealth, a legacy for all humanity. Her words remain profoundly true. Our greatest strength lies not in what separates us, but in what unites us. Under her leadership, the General Conference reaffirmed the power of intellectual and cultural cooperation as foundations for peace. She brought both clarity and humanity to her role, reminding us that leadership at UNESCO is guided not only by reason, but also by passion and empathy. We are immensely proud that such a distinguished role was entrusted to a member of our electoral group, whose vibrant energy and steadfast enthusiasm inspired us all. Excellencies, as we acknowledge the importance of both continuity and renewal, we must also recognize the symbolic significance of this moment. Ambassador Miculescu was only the 5th woman to preside over the General Conference. Through her tenure, she reminded us that Lasting peace cannot be achieved without the full participation of women. She tirelessly advocated for the women's role in multilateralism, leaving behind a virtual collection of testimonies from women ambassadors around the world, a powerful tribute to their voices and experiences. And today, we reiterate her inspiring call for all women ambassadors at UNESCO to record their voices, to share their journeys, insights, and convictions in order to motivate and guide the generations to come. Madam President of the General Conference, dear Simona, in your final address in Samarkand, you concluded with a reflection both humble and luminous. As you said, even if I am not a lighthouse, but only a candle, it is enough. And even if I am not even a candle, it is still enough, for I have lit another candle. Today, we do not only honor a distinguished leader, we reaffirm our shared commitment to the values you embody: dialogue, knowledge, and solidarity. We have all seen in you an exceptional blend of enthusiasm, strength, and beautiful spirit. Multilateralism depends on people like you. You have been a proud and eloquent representative of your country, as beautifully illustrated during the unforgettable Romanian Cultural Gala hosted at UNESCO. Dear Madam President, dear Simona, please accept our deepest gratitude for your dedication, your unwavering commitment, and your remarkable contribution to strengthening multilateralism through UNESCO. As your mandate concludes, you leave behind a legacy of bold achievements and profound humanism. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Next, I would like to give the floor to Madame Paula Alves, Her Excellency Madame Paula Alves de Souza, Ambassador and Permanent Delegate of Brazil, who will speak on behalf of Group 3. Excellency, you have the floor.
Thank you, my dear Simona, President of the 42nd General Conference. I have the honor to deliver this statement on behalf of the group of Latin American and Caribbeans to pay tribute to you, whose presidency of the 42nd session of the General Conference has been marked by vision, energy, and a deep sense of humanism. Over the past 2 years, dear Simona, you have led this body with clarity and purpose, always combining professionalism with genuine empathy. You reminded us that leadership at UNESCO is not only about outcomes, resolutions and programs, but also about the spirit in which we pursue them. Your presidency leaves important legacies, from preserving UNESCO's archives for future generations, a subject in which you led the distinctive mark of your passion, to reaffirming the enduring value of intellectual cooperation in the service of peace, reconnecting this organization with its origins. You have also reminded us of the vital role of women's leadership in shaping a more inclusive multilateralism. You have fulfilled the delicate role of President as a true bridge between member states and the Secretariat, between tradition and renewal, and between conviction and dialogue. On behalf of the GRULAC, I thank you sincerely for your commitment, your dedication, and the example of integrity and kindness that you have brought to our work together. We wish you every success in your future endeavors, confident that your contribution to UNESCO's mission will be long remembered. I thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. I would now like to invite Her Excellency Madame Xinyu Yang, Ambassador and Permanent Delegate of China, to speak on behalf of Group 4. Excellency, you have the floor.
Mr. President of the General Conference, Madam President of the 42nd session of the General Conference, Madam Chairperson of the Executive Board, representative of the Director General, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is a true honor on behalf of Asia Pacific Group to pay tribute to Her Excellency Ambassador Simona-Mirela Miculescu as she concludes her remarkable mandate as the President of the 42nd session of the UNESCO General Conference. Over the past 2 years, you have led this organization with clarity, inclusiveness, and integrity. You reminded us that multilateralism can be both principled and human, that listening, respect, and dialogue are at the heart of cooperation. Through your thoughtful notes, you kept member states informed and engaged, strengthening transparency and trust within our community. You have championed education for peace and ethical leadership, reminding us that peace truly begins in the minds of people. You also brought renewed attention to UNESCO's archives and intellectual heritage. Your initiative to organize the event dedicated to these archives, emphasizing the crucial importance of preserving records that bear witness to a century of activities by UNESCO and its predecessors, that the International Institute for Intellectual Cooperation, ensures that our shared memory is preserved for generations to come. And you have advanced gender equality and women's leadership, inspiring a new generation of women in diplomacy. You have also initiated and supported new forms of dialogue, from the joint UN statements on press freedom and ethical AI to global reflections on intellectual cooperation, science for sustainability, reaffirming UNESCO's founding mission to build peace through knowledge and cooperation. Madam President, through your active engagement in major global gatherings, from the Global Forum on the Ethics of Artificial Intelligence in Bangkok to Mondial Code in Barcelona and the World Congress of Biosphere Reserves in Hangzhou, you helped highlight UNESCO's unique convening power and its role as a platform where nations, ideas, and values meet to shape a more ethical and inclusive future. Beyond these achievements, we will all remember your warmth and humanity, the way you brought colleagues together, engaged dialogue across regions, and celebrated our shared purpose with joy and sincerity. On behalf of the Asia Pacific Group, we extend our deep appreciation for your leadership, your partnership, and your friendship. We wish you every success in the chapters ahead, and we thank you sincerely for your inspiring leadership and for reaffirming the enduring power of cooperation and hope. I thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. I would now like to invite Her Excellency Madam Hajasani, Ambassador and Permanent Delegate of Nigeria, to take the floor on behalf of Group 5A.
Thank you very much, Mr. President of the General Conference, Chairperson of the Executive Board, Representative of the Director General, Excellencies, distinguished colleagues, dear delegates. It is with great pleasure that I present this tribute on behalf of the Chairperson of the Africa Group at UNESCO, Your Excellency, our dear Simona. As we come to the end of the 43rd session of the General Conference, on behalf of the Africa Group, may I express our deepest gratitude and admiration for your remarkable leadership and the spirit with which you have served over the past 2 years. Your tenure as president has been marked by dedication, personal commitment, unwavering commitment to the values and mission of UNESCO. You have led with both wisdom, grace, and together with the chair of the executive board, form a formidable team. Through your calm yet determined approach, you have ensured that we keep our focus on the things, positive things that unite our common humanity, and for which this organization was conceived, namely advancing education, culture, communication, and science. One of your most enduring contributions, your initiative on the UNESCO Archives project, stand as a testament to your foresight and deep respect for the organization's rich history. By championing the preservation and accessibility of the UNESCO archives, you have helped safeguard the institutional memory that connects past achievements to future aspirations, ensuring that generations to come may continue to learn from the work and ideals that have shaped this organization. We were especially happy to welcome you to our capital of our continent, Addis Ababa, last year, when in your capacity as the president of the 42nd session of UNESCO General Conference, you attended the African Regional Forum for Sustainable Development. The forum served as a crucial high-level platform to review accelerate efforts in implementing the 2030 Agenda and Agenda for Sustainable Development alongside our own blueprint Agenda 2063. Your key note address calling for a paradigm shift in the way science, knowledge, innovation support sustainable development was directly aligned with UNESCO priorities for Africa and the broader global agenda. You also used the opportunity to participate in the award ceremony of UNESCO Equatorial Guinea International Prize for Research in Life Sciences in Addis Ababa, thus reinforcing UNESCO's commitment to research excellence and its relevance for Africa, and for this we are deeply grateful. However, perhaps most importantly, beyond your formal responsibility, you constantly present at countless UNESCO meetings and events has been a true source of inspiration, whether addressing complex issues or engaging directly with young people, mobilizing women, particularly women in diplomacy, namely your fellow ambassadors in UNESCO and beyond. You have done so with warmth, sincerity, and a deeply personal touch. You have reminded us that leadership is not only about direction, but about connection, about listening, encouraging, and inspiring others to contribute their best. Madam President, your time at the helm has left a lasting imprint on this organization and on all of us who have had the privilege to work alongside you. As you conclude your mandate, please accept the Africa Group's heartfelt thanks for your tireless service, your compassion, and your example of what it means to lead with both intellect and heart. While with the highest respect and appreciation, we thank you and we wish you continued success and fulfillment in all that lies ahead. And on personal note, we will greatly miss you, your love of colors, your smile, and your presence on the high table. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dear Excellency. I now invite His Excellency Mr. Ali Abdullah Jamal Haj Al Ali, Ambassador and Permanent Delegate of the United Arab Emirates, who will speak on behalf of Group 5B. You have the floor, Excellency.
شكرا سعادة رئيس المؤتمر العام، سعادة رئيسة المجلس التنفيذي، سعادة ممثل المديرة العامة، أصحاب السعادة، السيدات والسادة، يشرفني ويسعدني أن ألقي هذه الكلمة نيابة عن المجموعة العربية، موجها إياها إلى سعادة السفيرة العزيزة سيمونا ميريلا ميكاليسكو، رئيسة الدورة 42 للمؤتمر العام لليونسكو. السيدة الرئيسة، لقد تركت فترة ولايتكم بصمة واضحة ودائمة في تاريخ هذه المنظمة العريقة، فقد شهدنا في ظل قيادتكم المتميزة قراراً تاريخياً اتخذه المؤتمر العام بعقد دورته 43 خارج باريس للمرة الأولى منذ 40 عاماً. هذه الخطوة الجريئة لا تؤكد فقط عالمية اليونسكو، بل تجسد أيضاً التزامنا المشترك بتقريب المنظمة من الدول الأعضاء والمجتمعات التي تخدمها. كما تميزت رئاستكم بحرص بالغ على صون التراث الوثائقي والسمعي والبصري، إدراكاً منكم بأن ذاكرة المؤتمرات هي أساس مستقبلها، وقد أطلقتم عملية رقمنة الأرشيفات التاريخية التي تمتد عبر قرن كامل، في مبادرة ستمنح الباحثين والمواطنين والأجيال القادمة إرثاً معرفياً غير مسبوق يضمن استمرار قصة التعاون الدولي حية ومتاحة للجميع. وبالتوازي جاء الاحتفال بالذكرى المئوية للمعهد الدولي للتعاون الفكري، النواة الأولى لليونسكو وسلفها، ليذكرنا برسالة المنظمة الفكرية والأخلاقية الأصيلة. وقد أبرز هذا الحدث تحت توجيهكم عمق الإرث الذي تحمله اليونسكو من ذلك المعهد الذي كان بمثابة بوصلة للعالم، وكيف ظل السعي لبناء تاريخ دولي شامل عبر التعليم جهداً متواصلاً منذ عهد المؤسسين حتى يومنا هذا. السيدة الرئيسة، وما زاد رئاستكم تميزاً هو ما حملته من روح إنسانية صادقة وانفتاح وتواصل وبناء مع الدول الأعضاء. فقد قدمتم هذه الدورة بروح التعاطف وإيمان راسخ بأن الحوار هو أسمى أدواتنا لتحقيق الطموحات والمكاسب المنشودة. وباسم المجموعة العربية نعرب عن خالص امتناننا وتقديرنا لخدمتكم المخلصة ورؤيتكم الثاقبة والتزامكم الراسخ بقيم اليونسكو ومبادئها. فشكراً لكم السيدة الرئيسة على قيادتكم الحكيمة وعلى إخلاصكم وعطائكم المثمر الذي أسهم في إثراء مسيرة هذه المنظمة. شكراً جزيلاً.
Thank you very much, Excellency.